Welcome everybody to the Music Train, episode 5, season 6. Thank you so much to everybody for being here. It's August 11th. We're about to go live with Mr. Joe Rian. They call him Midwest Boy from Chicago, singer-songwriter raised in Rock Falls, Illinois, sings tavern songs, beer soap, and road worn. Young Joe, flunked out of college, moved out to the Midwest and scraped by like most 20-year-olds, working multiple minimum wage jobs. And the main gig was sweating away at gold and silver refinery on the west side of Phoenix, Arizona. Other jobs included telemarketing, working concrete, putting up and then chasing hot air balloons, selling and buying club memberships, moving appliances in a very short stint, collecting outstanding debts for characters you might find on the once popular TV series. That was 1989, Arizona. Can you picture it? That's when he won an American Stratocaster on a radio contest signed by Jeff Beck and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Then Pure Chance found him at the last ever SRV concert. Weirder yet is that he ended up working at Buddy Guy's Legend. Someone would find him busking on the streets of Chicago, where the real action was. Mid-1990s, blues revival indeed. It was certainly a heavy blues vibe. Street blues, really. That was never the only thing. Joe is certainly not only a blues man, but a songwriter that likes to stir the sound of roots, country, and folk styles into a nice pot of soup. Yum. Songs best consumed in your local tavern with a dirty floor. Joe Rian's music is featured in Relics Magazine, WGN Radio, The Big Takeover, Americana UK, The Deli Mag, many podcasts, and hundreds of radio stations. He's got number 2, number 7, number 26, number 27, number 29, number 30, number 35, number 13, and number 14 on the Roots Music Report Americana Country Song Chart. Now let's get into it! What is going on, you guys? I can't even handle it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I got to get the guy right to the stage. Midwest Boy is here. Welcome to the Music Train, Midwest Boy, and a big shout out to Mr. BK Han out of Singapore with Metaverse Generation, the creator of the show, and my partner, Joe Rian, in the house.
Hey, VESSY.
How are you? Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's good to have you here. Usually we're on audio on the X app, and I get to hear your beautiful voice, talk about Alluvio, get to hear you sing your songs, get to learn about what switchyard sessions are, and chicken. What's the chicken thing?
The chicken thing is a switchyard sessions record that I took off streaming and am currently minting on ETH and Alluvio.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, very cool. Very cool. I would love to actually let people know where best to find you. Where best to find you? Would it be on X or would it be your website?
If you go to my website, you can find me everywhere else.
And what is the website?
Joe Rian with an I, joerian.com.
Yeah. That's easy enough. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Check out what we got going on here at the Music Train. Scrolling banners. We're like rock stars here. We're like, we're just it. And now we're especially it because you're here. So I see you have your guitar. Without further ado, could you just, could I solo you and could we get you just to play us a song first? Because we've got a few viewers. Shout out to X, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all the places, YouTube as well. And thank you, Joe, for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You work very hard for everybody.
I love to support people, and I love musicians, of course. So, and you have got some shows coming up here in the near future, and I believe it's been a busy summer for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, I just had a show last night. No, Friday night.
Yeah, I was so bummed I could. That was at Montrose Tap Room, correct?
Yeah. Montrose Saloon, though they've changed their booking policy. And
what does that mean?
It means they're doing an LA style where they're taking the first 15 at the door, and
right.
It's kind of it's
predatory.
Predatory. Yeah, it's like, you did what? It's changed to what? Oh, you didn't read? Oh, I guess I didn't. Okay. I thought it was the way it used to be. Oh, I guess we're fancy now. So everyone makes money but the musicians. So
the way it used to be. I guess we're fancy now. These are lyrics. I hope that you and I get to get in a songwriting session one of these days. That would be really a dream come true for me. But before any of that I put you on the spot, I won't do it again. Would you please play us a song and let us know what song you're going to play?
Yeah, I guess. I guess I'll Well, shit, I guess I'll play some Midwest Boy.
Yes.
Played it in a while, actually. I'm a Midwest boy and I always been walking with a black dirt under my feet, baling that hay in the summer heat. Sweat on my brow stings, eyes in the heat. Let's go get another load out in the fields where it lays in the road. Suck it up, stack it up, tie it up high, baling that hay in the summertime. Let's go up to the hay barn, in the loft where the air stands hard. It's so thick you can hardly breathe. 525 and you're off at 3. Let's go. It's how you grow up as a Midwest boy. It's how you grow up as a Midwest boy. You got your country girls and the county fair, holding hands with the smells in the air, Whizzer and the Zipper and the Midway games. Oh, I wish this could never end. Stack it up, knock it down, play it again. Maybe tonight we'll go all the way. Back at the barn, we can sneak away. Let's go. Summer's almost over, now it's getting cold. A few more weeks and we got no more, girl. Maybe next year we'll meet again. I wish this summer could never, ever end. Let's go, get on the motorcycle, 2 kicks and she gives a little giggle. Hang on tight, girl, I don't want to lose you. Headlight off, stealth, nighttime cruising. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Take the back roads, headlight off, just the moonlight glow. Sneak you back before your pop gets up. Doing this shit is a kind of rough. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Maybe all the way, more than baby Jesus can lay in the hay. Farmer's daughter's a tough nut to crack. This time I think it's a wrap. Let's go. It's how you grow up as a Midwest boy. It's how you grow up as a Midwest boy. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
I'm played today.
Ooh, I love that song. So is that on Spotify, iTunes, and such?
That is on streaming platforms, yes.
Right on. Which they call I heard it DSPs now traditional
digital
music.
Streaming platforms, yeah.
Right. So why should we introduce the idea of Web3 at this point, at this juncture? First of all, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, you're watching Music Train. That was Mr. Joe Rian, Midwest boy, doing the signature song here up in Chicago, where we both actually dwell. And I'm just super excited to be the host tonight for the Music Train. And I'm glad you're here. So let us know where you're tuning in from. If you know Joe, if you'd like to know Joe, you can find him at joerian.com. That's JOERIAN.com. We're going to get into it with him. We have a short little hour here together, and then he'll be onward. Joe, what got you into Web3, and what is Web3 for those that never heard about that?
Well, Web 1 was viewing content, and Web 2 is you could view it and purchase it, and Web 3 is you can own content on chain. So to me, it's kind of like a digital authenticated piece of art, or like a baseball card, if you could think of that as a digital item. So it's a piece of art, illustration, music, and they come in a small supply usually. And when someone purchases one or mints one, then they own that certified kind of copy of that.
Please tell me that I have a few of yours. Wait, I know I do. You know why, guys? Because every week this gentleman does an X space, not Twitter. It's called X. Stop calling it
It's
Twitter.
called Twitter.
It's called X.
Twitter.
X Twitter. X Twitter. Anyway, your show every week is all about Illuvio and minting on the blockchain. If you don't know what a blockchain is, guys, it's basically a cryptocurrency at its best where you can mint, create a receipt of the actual ownership of the just what Joe was just talking about. And I believe I have a few of them. And I was even so lucky as to put one up for sale after getting one because I happened to be there for that 6 weeks. Is that still going on, or 7 weeks where you were?
No, we did that for 11 weeks.
You did
So
that
we
for
did
11 weeks.
we did a free proof of attendance like NFT
Yeah.
that you could mint for free. There was 10 every week.
Oh no, where did he go? Joe, come back. Hey, you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. We're just going to talk a little while here about this amazing musician who was born in Rock Falls, Illinois. This country boy right here. We got Joe Ryan in the house today, who's a singer-songwriter who has a bunch of songs on the Roots Music Report All Country album chart. He's got for 7 weeks number 2, Corner Tap, I believe it is, as well as Daddy's Head Hurts, number 35 on the Roots Music Report. Also, Midwest Boy, the one you just heard, is number 13 on the Roots Music Report, Americana Country Song Chart. And also, I'm Gonna Love You, which is number 14. So this is a chart-topping songwriter I got in the house here tonight, you guys. And even though he just had to run away for a minute, he'll be right back. Oh, here he is, guys. That's what it is. Hey, I don't know what happened.
I touched the cable and everything went to hell.
Well, I got to tell people how your songs are topping charts here. The Roots Music Report, All Country, you have Americana, country charts. So did you ever think it as a kid, Joe, that you were going to be a musician, that you were going to be charting top, having songs on the charts here?
I always thought, well, no.
Short answer.
But the only reason that any of those songs from Midwest Boy, which is like a double EP, it's like half band, and then the other side of that record is solo acoustic versions. That nice. The 100% only reason that thing got any kind of airplay is because I hired a radio publicist.
Oh.
And I was able to hire a radio publicist because people minted my music and helped me raise funds so I could get their music heard. That was the whole point. And, in Web 2, you pay, right, for reach.
Yeah.
And all that, and advertising.
Yeah, advertising is expensive, and sometimes it doesn't even work. But yours worked. And it's a Web3 design, which for those of you, again, who are confused, Web3 is basically where you can support artists like Joe by minting their song on the blockchain, creating a receipt of ownership, essentially, where it lives in your digital wallet. You don't even have to use ETH or Bitcoin or, Polygon. These are currencies on the blockchain. You can actually just good old-fashioned money. Now, Illuvio, tell me about Illuvio, and how do you spell the name of the website that you have? Because you've got like a plot of land there, and I hear they're not letting anybody else on for a minute.
For now, no. I have a plot of land, digital land. I have a tenancy on a blockchain called Illuvio, ELUV.io, eluv.io.
What is it again? ELU, but it's Rian Records, right?
Ryan? Oh yeah, RyanRecords.com is where you can find it, and it'll take you to that Illuvio store. Okay,
cool. Well, then we'll keep that right there. You guys got to go check that out, because what Illuvio is doing, which it sounds like I love you, is pretty ahead of the curve. There are a couple platforms that are kind of creeping, doing similar, but yours, and I'm calling it yours. I know it's not yours, but Black Eyed Peas are on this platform, aren't they?
Well, it's really a business to business platform. It's for businesses to do video on demand streaming, content ownership, and it's built for big business. And I was lucky enough to get a little tenancy. I was invited to get on there, and it's a blockchain that doesn't. It's a layer 2 Ethereum blockchain, but it doesn't use cryptocurrency, right? It's
Mhm.
built for fiat or money, US dollars, or whatever country you live in.
Mhm.
And so it takes the kind of like scariness away from like, oh,
Yeah,
it's not the onboarding into Web3 is not for the faint of heart. You got to
right.
be nerded out and like crypto and all this shit. But Alluvio, it's like you can go there and buy like a super duper copy of Lord of the Rings for $49 or something, and you would actually literally own that copy of it. And like that's sold out. So when there
Wow.
are no more copies, you go to the secondary market on the platform and you could buy one, right?
Which
So,
is what I did with one of your songs, thinking that, if I price it at $100, I'm going to get to keep it. That was for a Chicago concert that you had done. Was that called Johnny? I feel like that was called.
oh, that was a song called Johnny, which is on Switchyard Sessions.
Which I'm so bummed because for 11 weeks you were giving away your songs as proof of attendance protocol POAPs as NFTs, and I happened to finally catch the idea that you were doing this, and I was able to attend. But there are collectors that have all 11 of them, and so I put this up for sale, you guys, for $100, and somebody swiped it, so I don't even have it anymore. And then I tried to buy it back after I bought a few more because $100, I was able to further support you. So it's amazing how you can literally immediately support amazing artists on all different levels with such an amazing platform. How did you? So you have a partner in, right?
Well, I have a developer friend, Brian. He's actually Bobby Rabbits or Brian Spike.
Yeah.
He's actually the developer that invited me on. And we came on originally through another distributor company. And we didn't quite line up. We had started a mint there, and then we didn't quite line up what my vision was and what
Yeah.
we weren't lining up. And so
Right.
me and the developer, and he was developing for them at the time. So basically we kind of just said, you know what, let's break ways here and we'll just do our own thing kind of like the way we want to do it. So that's
Yeah.
what we did.
Well, that's awesome because then it gives you also the chance to, I think people are starting to catch the vibe of Alluvio, what it can do for artists. Because like you said, cryptocurrency, people are afraid of scams.
They're really
They're
afraid.
Yeah, they're afraid of. I love digital artifacts. I think they used to be called NFTs. And
Yeah.
I love learning. I love having been onboarded. And there's so much to learn. So much to learn how to not get taken advantage of, which I think people need to know that stuff. So in the
Yeah,
end,
what I like about on the Alluvio side, like I have a collector base that are ETH based on Ethereum, and
yeah,
so we're minting on Ethereum, but then doing sister collections for Ethereum holders on Alluvio. And the big difference is you don't need a wallet; it creates one for you. You don't need to use cryptocurrency, so
mhm,
that's cool, and and everything can be one NFT can hold
that's
hundreds
crazy.
of assets, right?
That's
So
crazy. So you can keep adding it on.
I could keep some
Amazing.
collections I add on, and from time to time I'll add another, song from a show into certain collections, and so it's kind of like the experience is kind of like Web two. It's 100% like Web two. It's just a little bit slower because all transactions are recorded on chain. And so Web3 doesn't move fast like Web2. It moves a little slower, kind of like it was in 1999 or something. You know what I mean? With the 128 modem or whatever.
Well,
It's a little bit slower. But the content, like on Alluvio, it's 4K and up.
so
Um,
good. It sounds so good.
yeah, so you can really stuff it full of stuff, and you can watch it on like Apple TV boxes. There's an app for that
Wow.
Alluvio and for like Fire Stick and I think the Chrome sticks. But then you can also use, just your cell phone or your computer.
Yes.
And really, it's a business to business company. So like MGM has a bunch of their catalog on there, right? MGM, Fox put in $100 million last year towards development. So there's Sony and Fox and MGM and all these other kind of big ones. But MGM, like Alluvio makes tools so companies like MGM can create their own interface, their own front end for their technology. So like MGM has an app called Roar, and it's an MGM app. It's skinned, but behind it is Alluvio, right?
Okay.
So there's also like professional soccer where you could, let's say, watch your favorite soccer team and kind of like pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But at the end, you own a copy of that.
I mean,
right. And you can resell it if you'd like.
I was just going to say fandom. It's a fandom app because it's really giving the true fans a doorway into, a connection with the artist, which is why Web3 is so amazing, which is why NFTs are amazing and digital assets and all that jazz. I'd love to hear another song if you'd love to play us one, Joe. And again, thank you to all the viewers. Let us know where you're tuning into. Special shout out to Yamaza, what's going on? And we've got our friend Neil here as well as others. Thank you so much to you guys for tuning in. My name is VESSY MINK. I'm the co-host and co-founder of this show. BK Hunt, don't get upset with me. I'm not the founder. One little old day back in 2021 or 2022 on an app called Connect Club, we started this show where I would write a song with a few words from my guests. So Joe, I hope you know that we've got a song to write at the end, or I do at least, with a couple words from you. And you can put me on the spot real good if you want. But before we do that, we're gonna get a little song from you again. And you guys reach out to Joe Rian at joerian.com, JOERIAN.com. And don't forget, this guy used to chase air balloons. I want to know more about that after you play the song. I've never been in one. I've always wanted to be in one. I guess
I haven't either.
Oh my gosh, maybe we'll have a concert together in an air balloon. Sponsored by Alluvio and the Music Train.
Oh right. My God. No.
Here we go.
Driving down that highway, can't see a thing in sight. Driving down that highway, can't see a thing in sight. 24 more miles and I'll be by your side. All the twists and turns of the highway got me thinking of you. If God's grace could lend me a helping hand, I'll be home with you. Topped up in Rock Falls, I put that pedal down. Topped up in Rock Falls, Illinois, I put that pedal down. 24 more miles and I'll be laying you down. Oh, I'll be coming around to your door. Oh, I'll be coming around, laying down with you. Picked up my last load, I'm gonna head on home. Picked up my last load, I'm gonna head on home. 24 more miles and I'll be at your door. All the twists and turns of the highway got me thinking of you. If God's grace could lend me a helping hand, I'll be home with you.
Yes, another one. What's that one called?
That's song's called Highway off of the Switchyard Sessions record that's currently minting. I think there's 9 records left out of 33. It's 11 song record, and you can do. I hadn't seen it done. One of the collectors suggested, hey, instead of the 2022 vibes of where, it's a 721 contract and you're minting blind and you don't know if you're going to get a rare or a blue or a purple or whatever it is. Can we just buy the whole record, Joe, and not have to spend $1 billion? And I'm like, sure. So I got with our Ethereum dev, and who's amazing. And so he built a contract that you can, go, I'll take all 11 songs. And I think the gas is super gas efficient. Each song's an animated chicken by Jigsaw General, McCabe Royal, who's an amazing artist and musician. And he's done lots of my artwork between him and Dr. Jimothy. So you can buy a whole record, get all 11 songs, or you can just pick whatever song you want. And those songs are 0.01. They're just I don't know what ETH is right now, but they're probably 29 to $30 or 27. I don't know what ETH is at right now.
That's a steal.
Well, the art is really neat. I mean, it's not just the music. The art is really
neat. It's a steal. I've seen some of it. I have to get it. Okay, so I know what I have to do. You guys, you know what to do. Okay, let's get now to the hot air balloon thing, please. Just what is that about? I saw that in your bio, and I was like, he used to chase hot air balloons. So what is that a joke?
No. When I was a kid, I failed out of college. I was getting myself in a little bit of trouble in a small town, and I found myself getting the hell out of Rock Falls, and I moved to Arizona. Mm-hmm. And from, I worked minimum wage jobs, and I'm like, wow, I've worked telemarketing and hot air balloon chasing. And I did the hot air balloons for maybe a week or so. And, it was rough. You'd have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. And if you're 20 years old, you don't want to get up at 4:30 in the morning to go, because you have to put the balloons up, right? They got to come down before it gets hot because they'll pop,
Right.
So, I did that. I did concrete work, but probably the best job I did was I did some sales work, and I learned to talk on a telephone doing telemarketing.
Hey, I did that.
That's one of the most important things. That's the best job you could ever get.
It was for Volvo. I was calling people who own Volvo to see if they were happy. Hey, speaking of chasing hot air balloons, Mr. BK Han popped up just like an air balloon would right here. He is the creator of this show with me. And so Mr. BK is here out of Singapore. I just can't wait to introduce you. BK, are you able to come up for a moment and say hi? He'll probably have some questions for you. We'll let him chill for a little bit. You guys, if you've not gone to joeryan.com yet, please, what are you waiting for? Okay, please tell me, how did your songs end up on the Roots Music Report? What's Roots? What is that thing about?
Well, there's multiple radio reporting agencies, and Roots Music is one of them. Mm-hmm. I don't know. They maybe monitor 500 radio stations around the country, and it's probably non-commercial AAA, AA, and single A radio. Mm-hmm. And so I worked with a publicist out of Missouri that was recommended to me. I had some other friends that had used her, and she has a syndicated radio show herself. So she's been in the business like 20 years, and she's not a gabillion dollars, but so I worked with her, and I did 2 months. Usually you do a month or 2 months for a full record. She only works with full, complete records. Okay. Like you can't do a single. And in fact, like most people don't do singles because it just, the amount of music coming into DJs is crazy. So a single just gets lost, right? Yeah. I did that, and I had a local publicist here in Chicago for about 2 or 3, 4 months, and it really helps. I mean, the local publicist, got us on, WGN and, Americana UK, and
you were able to find this person to hire them essentially because of your digital artifacts.
No, I found them out playing gigs.
Oh, okay.
And from playing gigs and knowing other musicians and stuff. I have another publicist kind of I'm looking at to work with for next year's record. I kind of only do one thing at a time. Like we did Midwest Boy. It took me 1 year to sell that thing.
Wow.
And then I'm doing Switchyard now. We have 9 left.
Go get them, guys. Go get them. Go get them.
And when that's over, when that record's over, and you know, the mint, like I have a day job, right? I mean, I could not survive. I mean,
Right.
I've worked as a musician professionally, right, and not had a day job, like just had some side hustles. But you know, when I got a little older after the recession, it's like, shit, I got to find some kind of job. But I still just keep making music and putting out records and having different bands and whatever. But it really was like the camera that we're using right now is because of Mint money, and things in the studio are because of Mint money, and that publicist was because of Mint money.
Amazing.
And the records, the vinyl records are bought with Mint money. The merchandise that I use was seeded with Mint money.
I mean, one of your collectors, they received like a cigar box guitar. Like when I met you in person for the first time, which I think we've only seen each other twice. But the thing is that I feel like I've known you for my whole life. But I mean, how did they win that cigar box guitar? I mean, you literally hand delivered it to them.
Yeah. Well, a collector named Halving Fun.
Talk about utility.
He's a huge music NFT collector and supporter of a lot of the musicians in the space. Really neat guy. I don't know his real name, and he will not tell me. That's fine with me.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
he, you know, in the Midwest Boy, like when you're a lot of times when you're in a mint, or there's a lot of times there's bounties or prizes or grand prizes, and a grand prize was a handmade cigar box,
amazing,
Open G, custom Joe Ryan guitar. There was also a beer cooler that was painted the same way. It was gorgeous.
I mean, you have like a serious marketing head on your shoulders. Joe, I know you've had some help, but obviously like you literally know how to make a plan and make stuff happen. And I think it's so important to also focus on that you do one project at a time. You're doing one thing at a time and you're putting it all into that. And so I did hear you mention next year's records. So you already kind of have something on the burner. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to play that stuff out now. And some of the stuff I've been playing for a couple years. I just haven't recorded it yet. But next year, there's a record. It'll probably be called New Day. It'll be a full-length record. It'll be an 11 or 12 song record. I think we're going to re-record 2 of the songs because I've replaced there's a different rhythm section, AM Drinker rhythm section now. So the way these 2 particular songs sound now, and nothing against the way they were, but sometimes you record and it's just not right. Like there's some famous Tom Petty song that was #1. Everyone knows. I don't remember what the name was. They recorded it 67 different times, right?
Wow.
Before they got the magic in the bottle. So it's like there's just 2 left to record. But yeah, I'll do that. And as soon as this chicken record is minted out, I'll have enough money. You know, I wasn't big money, and it's a small, only 33 piece collection. So it wasn't about like, it raised a little capital. I have one thing I wanted to get was these camera. Like I have these little streaming video cameras, right?
Oh my God, that's so cute. Wait. Yeah. You're calling it a streaming video camera, and it's literally on a stick. So what kind of camera is that? Tell me more. But what's it called?
They're $400. They're Zoom X8s.
Nice.
But the thing is, they get great audio, like because you can run board audio into it.
Oh my God.
And then it also has like a flip up XY condenser.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna sell you because this is like serious right here, you guys.
So
my gosh, look at
these. They're like $400, but this is stuff like if you're a musician, you need like little cameras and shit.
Absolutely, because absolutely.
Nobody listens to music, right?
Okay, speaking of music,
They don't listen to it. They watch it.
I would love for you to play. I hope I'm not like totally pushing my luck here. I don't know how many songs I could get out of you. If I could get you to just, as many as I could get out of you, you have my word that I will what could I do for you if you do for me one more song? I'll do some social media marketing for you.
Oh, Vessy, you already doing too much.
Whatever I'm doing it right because I've got Joe Ryan on the Music Train, season 6, episode 5. Give it up for this amazing, amazing human being.
I don't know, fast, slow. I guess we did a couple fast ones. I'll do something else off Switchard. I like the song. People seem like it's a little bit heavier.
Steaks are thawing in the kitchen sink. It's sunny in there and there's a nice cool breeze. About 3 cups in, I started to think about you. Remember the time I ran out of gas, driving the country in search of romance. Oh, how I wish those times they'd last forever. Those times of your youth won't last forever. Those times of your youth won't last forever. Well, you got mad and you grabbed on my skin. You tore it down to the bone within. You broke that table like it was a sin to be living. But that never kept us apart. I'll be your spark plug, girl, if you provide a spark. Let's get in gear and get down to the real beginning. Those times of you won't last forever. Those times of your youth won't last forever. I guess it's time we settle down. Get down to the business of propagating us a crowd. I guess it's time we settle down forever. Youth is an impossible thing. Hold your heart out on a string. Holds it in the wind like it was some kind of crowded fever. Those times of your youth won't last forever. Those times are you won't last forever.
You want to do one more?
Yes.
I got to play some shows in Ireland a few years back, so I wrote this over there. It's also on Switch Art.
She's a Glandor girl sailing on the sea. She's the prettiest thing you'll ever see. She doesn't need a net to fish jump in, doesn't need a sail for the mighty wind, doesn't need a rudder, steers with a smile. Prettiest girl in the Glandor town. Glandor girl, shit, sailing on the sea. Prettiest thing you'll ever see. All the boys ask her, beg and plead, would you please marry me? All the boys ask her, beg and plead, would you please marry me? Would you marry me? Her brother is a hurler for the local team, sister's an Irish dance champion. The Glandor girl's got everybody's eye. She's the best catch in the Glandor town. Her daddy asks her, he begs and pleads, please don't marry Yachty. Her daddy asks her, begs and pleads, please don't marry Yachty. Marry Yachty. Glandor girl sailing on the sea. She's the prettiest thing you'll ever see. She couldn't help it, her heart had been won. She's gonna sail in the setting sun. They said their vows and off they wed, never to be seen or heard from again. Glandor girl sailing on the sea. She's avoiding Adam and hugging Eve.
Good. There we go. Whew.
Man.
Getting warmed up now.
I
I'll
just
go 3 hours if you want.
Yeah, you know what? We've got you, Joe. You have so many fans. There's people loving on you all over the place here. We got Patriots are saying 10 more. We got Neil saying wonderful switchyard sessions that you have, and your voice is so beautiful. We've got all sorts of people. Cara Mia is like, as a newbie on guitar, Joe Ryan's music is goals. Wow, incredible. Shout out to you, Cara Mia. Shane T. Fix is all about you right now. You know who's another amazing singer-songwriter. Okay, so what advice could you give people just starting out in music? Like, let's say somebody is watching tonight and thinking, oh my gosh, like this guy is really tapped into himself. He knows how to write a song. He knows how to make people feel good with his music by being resiliently himself. Like what can you tell somebody who thinks like, oh my God, I don't think I could ever do that?
You have to tap into yourself first and foremost. I mean, when you start out, you're going to imitate somebody else every time. Yeah. And you're going to write. If you're trying to write stuff, you're going to write stuff like, oh, that sounds like Wilco. I'll write a Wilco song.
Right.
But inherently, it will not connect with anyone because it's not genuinely you. And the other human listening to it, they'll go, oh, that sounds like a Wilco song or whoever it is that you're imitating.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you dial in as deep into just you right? And don't give a shit if it's good or bad. But and then that's one thing, like be authentically yourself, try to write from, and you don't have to just write from your experiences, right? You can make up any kind of story you want, but it has to be something that is inherently you and nothing else. That's one thing. Other thing is you got to go out and play live. You got to go fall on your ass over and over and over and over, because you can sit on your computer with your little microphone and make or beats or whatever it is, it's all good. But until there's a whole nother level of professional, there's
how to do it. There's a whole nother level of how to do it.
Yeah, and it's getting out of your room, your bedroom, and getting on a stage, and that's going to start at an open mic, and you're going to go there and be shitty. You're going to suck. You are. I certainly. Probably still am, but
no, you don't. You're amazing.
Get out, get out and play live, because there's stuff that you can think it sounds awesome, and your friends can think it sounds awesome, but you have to learn to do it live. You have to be able to do it live.
And it can be very painful to go back and listen to what you've done, especially I think for artists, for anybody, anything that's ever recorded. If you're a speaker, whatever it is that you do, you might not like something about yourself. You're like, I don't like this little thing. You could nitpick. There are some people who don't even watch their own movies that are like office smash hit actors and musicians that prefer to just like, okay, that's it. That was the time and that's it. BK Han is here, Joe. So I really am excited. BK could make it. I don't know if he can get on camera or not, but Mr. BK Han, this is Joe Ryan, Midwest boy, as he's called, who has actually fueled the Web3 music industry. And I'm one of those people, of course, part of it. He's very inspiring. BK, how are you?
Hi, Joe. Hi, VESSY. It was an inspiring conversation I had. I was stepping to myself too, trying to do some music just a while ago.
Good. Hi, BK. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Joe. I like that hot balloon thing. Not many people get that side hustle or kind of a day job. Working at a hot balloon. Hot air balloon. Yeah.
That's serious.
Yeah, it was great.
Did you play some music Did you play some music up there?
No, I unfolded the balloon at 5 a.m, and then we would ride around in the pickup truck watching it, and then we would go pick it up where it landed, then we'd fold it back up and put it back in the truck.
Wow. Okay. Where was that?
He's never been in one.
I've never been inside one.
Been in one, BK.
Okay.
I think you can. Crew.
Okay. But you can imagine you're in one, when you're doing live on music, maybe doing a song, I've never been on a hot air balloon,
Me neither. We were talking about that. Hopefully Music Train can sponsor such a concert. We're streaming from above Chicago. We're going into Iowa right now. The wind is wanting to take us to, what do you think, Joe? Would you be up for something like that? A concert in a hot air balloon with me?
No.
Me too. I don't want to be there.
Why not, you guys? Okay, I'm not going to take a
terrible.
Yeah.
No. You would have, obviously there would be an amazing sound. There would be a sound barrier from.
We need to pull you back down off the hot air balloon.
All right. I'm out. I'm over it. Mr. BK Han. So what time is it in Singapore right now?
Oh, it's about coming to 9 o'clock. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah. And, I don't know if Joe knows this, but you started an event called Music Bazaar, which is how the beginnings of you and I meeting each other on Clubhouse. BK used to run these shows live on Clubhouse with musicians from all over the world playing on Music Bazaar. So BK had this idea recently that I'm going to be doing a concert series that is going to be themed. And so BK, I would hope that Joe is going to be one of our guests on this new upcoming.
He must be one of them. Because I heard his story. I think today, if you look at the number of views across the different platforms, his story really sort of resonates to a lot of musicians, I guess.
Yeah, people love him.
Yeah, I think the journey of a musician is really, really hard,
Yeah.
You have to juggle, your passion of music and then the real life. Doing a lot of side hustle. I don't know whether music becomes your side hustle, and then maybe one day you got a job, and then you got to juggle around, which is tough. Not just where you are, is anywhere around the world. I've worked with a lot of musicians. At the peak of Music Bazaar, we did about 400 session of Music Bazaar. Each
Wow.
bazaar has average 25 musicians coming on board to do 2 tracks. At the peak, I mean, all of them added together is about 150 musicians across the world.
It's amazing, BK.
Yeah, and at that time, especially during COVID, none of them can go and have a real live concerts
Yeah.
or do a real live gig. So online was the only avenue, and
Yeah.
fortunately, we had Music Bazaar and on Clubhouse. So it was really fun, and of course it was really difficult to juggle everybody from different timing. So fortunately, I have a few so-called partner who comes in and as a moderate. So we have people from India, and then suddenly you have somebody from Indonesia, and then Italian. Then we have even have Russians coming in. So and it was really fun. Yeah, it was really fun. So,
You're very good at BK. I just want to thank you again. You created this show. You said, "Hey, Vessy, how about we take a word or two from each of these people up on Connect Club?" Which, I had my studio running, Joe, and that's exactly what I did. And I would record. So the first season of Music Train is actually not like this. It's NFTs on OpenSea because I would write a song live on the spot with a few words from the very small amount of guests that we had, 2 or 3 there. And I would do some editing, and then he would mint it on the blockchain after he edited it, sometimes the video. So season 1 is all digital assets. It's just I'd like to actually send you some. So definitely send me your digital wallet, your Ethereum wallet. And I'd like to send you a few episodes of Music Train for being our guest today on the Music Train. And before we end the show today, I've got to write that song. So I don't know if now is a good time. I'd love to close out the show with a couple from you if you'd like to. And again, thank you again to all of our viewers. You're amazing. Without you, we would be here still rocking it, but we wouldn't be having as much fun because we know some of you are watching out there, and we're really grateful for you. We're grateful for you for sharing this with your friends and family, for subscribing to us on YouTube, for following Joe at joeryan.com, and also checking him out on Illuvio. I hope I'm saying it right. So Joe, I'm going to hand it to you. Should I write this song now and then we end the show with a couple from you, or what do you think?
Whatever you want to do. I wanted to mention,
Yeah.
It's important to not expect anything as a musician.
Yeah.
Don't expect anything.
It's true.
Well, don't. It's as soon and don't compare yourself to anyone. It's not a competition, though that's the first thing you want to do.
Right.
Just dive into you and then get out and play live and fail. It's the most important things. Everything else will come.
Are you going to be at the Shiba Fest with the Lads NFT with Shiba Sequoia Festival this summer?
Yeah, I'm going to be there on that Friday, and then I got a gig on Saturday.
I'm going to be there too. So either, hopefully we'll be there on the same day, but that's great. Yeah, I probably won't stay more than one day. That's so great. So Shiba Sequoia Fest, you guys, Shiba Sequoia Fest is an amazing festival supporting the Lads NFT project. Andrew Lads, as they call him Andrew Prater, is the founder. Shout out to Andrew and the Lads NFT collection. If you want to get a ticket to the show, you can just go there and get a ticket, or you can get a Lads NFT and have a ticket for the rest of as long as there are Shiba Sequoia festivals happening, which is pretty cool. Utility. What? Concert tickets that you buy at once and you can always go to the festival every year. I mean, I think they have like 3 of them this year. They've got 3. Yeah. Are you going to be? Violetta's going to be at the one, I believe, in Maryland. Is that correct? Do you know?
I'm not sure. Not sure. I don't know. I know I'll be at the one in Michigan. I don't know what the other dates are. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. Well, if anybody wants to check it out, I'm going to just quickly put the link here because we had Andrew on just recently. And so you can check him out, you guys, and see what's going on with the Shiba Sequoia Fest. In fact, I would like to have it here it is. Yeah, you guys see there? shibcoop.io to get your LADS NFT. And then, of course, shibasequoiaforest.com. You guys can go there and just find out what strange, beautiful things LADS and Shiba Sequoia Forest are doing regarding Sequoia dendron giganteum trees, which are the biggest trees in the world. They're not the tallest, but they're the biggest trees. Joe, don't you have a tree named after you?
Yeah, we planted a Midwest boy tree and up there. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yes, it's doing pretty good.
I mean, like, what's going on? Like,
me and Mike Bass dug a hole, and it was very early in the morning. It was very late at night, I guess you'd say. It was a very AM drinker type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's doing good.
And it's called Midwest Boy. You named the tree.
Yeah, you have to name the tree because then they record it and all that stuff.
That's just incredible. Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to write this song right now. We're going to end the show with a few from Joe. I don't expect him, by the way, to do a few to end the show. Joe, just letting you know that as the host, do not expect. You mentioned musicians not, I mean, you were a busker. You busked in Chicago. You opened your guitar case on the street in Chicago and played your music, not expecting
all the time, yeah.
Which is amazing. Let me quickly just ask you, how did you like that experience of being a street performer?
I loved it. I didn't do college internships, and I just bust on the streets because it was more fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I need footage. Do we have any footage?
Oh God. I had very long hair, put it that way.
Oh my God. I love it. Very cool. All right. I need a word from you and a word from BK. And if anybody out there in the audience who's listening would like to give me a word, I will try and add your word in as well. Neil and Brian Carter are also sending me.
I'm gonna ask for more than one word. Is hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon. And Jiminy, hold on, Dr. Jimothy, is that you're avoiding Adam hugging Eve? Very great lyric. That's true. I was going to ask him more about that actually. So hot air balloon is your word, BK?
Yep.
Okay, Joe.
Adam and Eve.
All right, guys. Oh my God. Here we go. What do you think about being in a balloon with me? Adam asked Eve as she turned the other way and screamed, ain't no trees growing here, don't know what we're doing here. I just wish we could fly away back to Eden. Let's go back to Eden. Let's go back. Let's go back where we can see them. Hot air balloon dreaming. Racing rollerblades cross the second stage. Fans shouldn't expect anything less. Freedom fighters in, tell me where we begin. My love left yesterday. Hot air balloon inside the moon. Hold me quite close, can't get me out. Kiss me again, life's not pretend. We're Adam and Eve, Adam and Eve, Adam and Eve. Ooh, in a hot air balloon, Adam and Eve. How'd I do, Joe?
Wow. How do you do that?
I do good. I don't know. I just was scared the whole time.
Oh my God. You just pulled a melody right out of that, didn't you?
I think that I might have pulled a melody from your songs that you just played because I don't know where it came from. You know, like I feel like
I didn't know he went on hot air balloon.
Eve has been on a hot air balloon. Okay. I like that. I like that for like the Garden of Eden, like God drops a hot air balloon and says,
on the moon.
On the moon. Oh
Sure.
my God, Adam and Eve on the moon with roses, with moon roses and a rocket ship going to Mars. Okay, so I'd also like to give a special shout out, of course, to X, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, StreamYard, and of course to everybody here. Thank you so much for viewing our show. We love you. Our sponsor, Our sponsor for this week is let's just show everybody who our sponsors are, because the Music Train, this is season 6. This is back from season 5, the sponsorship package. But shout out to all of you. You know who you are. That's a pretty cool crew, Mr. Han. All right. Any last words before we let this man take the stage and close this show? BK, would you like to say anything? Uh-oh, he might not be right here right now.
I'm here.
Oh, I was oh yes, and
I'm here.
BK, any last words before we give the
Well,
stage?
I think those words that Joe mentioned today, be you, just don't compare. I think it doesn't just apply to musician. I think it applies to everybody in their own life, whatever they're doing, whether they're artists, whether they're musician, whether they're doing, some creations. I think just be you. Hang on. Don't compare and just keep going. Yeah, I think that's something that we all need, especially during this so-called moment in life, where we have a lot of things going on around the world. Yeah. Thank you, Joe.
The moment is such a gift. Thank you, BK.
Thank you.
And Joe, would you like to share anything before we give you the stage to close out the season 6, episode 5?
Well, I had crumpled up a set list from yesterday. I'm like, I can't, I don't remember what songs. I don't know what song to play. So I found the set list crumpled up over there. I'm like, oh, okay, I remember those songs.
I mean, you could do the whole set. Are you kidding me? Like, honestly, like when you say we're done, I'll end the stream.
Okay, I'll do a few songs.
All right.
Thanks for having me. You work very hard, and BK, you do a lot for others, and you put yourself kind of secondary a lot of the times. So I noticed that and appreciate that. And thanks. It's your time. You have family, and you got to pick your spots. So time is real valuable, right? So that's another thing. Like musicians always think, oh, this job is getting in the way of my creativity, but I'll tell you from experience, when I sat around and I had nothing to do but write music, I didn't write that much music at all, right? Because I didn't have to, or you were too broke to get something to eat. That's not very inspiring, right? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, goddamn, I'm hungry. I got to go to the thrift store, buy myself a pot for $3 and then find some meat for $2. That's not inspiring. So, don't make excuses like jobs and responsibility. It's just an excuse. You have to, or children for that matter. I mean, it's going to change things, but it doesn't mean you can't play plenty of shows, write plenty of songs, put out plenty of records.
Yes. Just to put a dot on that I, Neil is begging for Johnny. He's like, Johnny, please. Johnny, please. Johnny, please.
Johnny. Yeah, let me get a harmonica and I can do Johnny. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Neil's so excited. Thank you, everybody, again. This has been season 6, episode 5 with Joe Ryan, Midwest Boy. I mean, putting on such an amazing space here with us today with Mr. BK Han and myself. Thank you to all of you for being here. We love you. We'll see you next week. Joe's going to play us out, so I don't know how many songs he's going to do, but I'm just excited to be here and excited to just experience Joe Ryan. I can't wait to see you. I don't know when I'm going to see you. I know I'm going to see you at the Sheba Fest.
Probably at Sheba Fest.
And Muskegon, unless you're like, Vessy, do you want to open up for me? And, I'll check my schedule and see if it's a possibility.
I'm going to start working on booking. I'm booking the fall and winter right now, so I'll see if there's something.
Oh, I'd love to open up for you.
My harmonica. Shit.
Well, if you can't do that one,
I can do it without one.
All right,
Johnny.
Give it up. Here we go.
All right. Here's a song from next year. For next year's record. Hey everybody, it's Sunday night. Hey everybody, it's Sunday night. What you gonna do? I wanna go out, drink and dance. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey everybody, it's Sunday night. What you gonna do? Let's go out and smoke that Mother Nature. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, hey, pretty girl, what you gonna do? Hey, hey, pretty girl, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What if I get you about 9 o'clock after the kids in bed? Put on that nice little one-piece jean dress, cowboy hat on your head. I'll pay the sitter, I'll pick her up. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's go out and two-step that oval. That's what we're gonna do. Hey, hey, pretty girl, what you gonna do? Hey, hey, pretty girl, what you gonna, what you gonna, what you gonna? One in the morning, last song play, what you gonna do? Here, take my jacket, a little cold outside, I'll get the door for you. Right in the middle, right next to me, I can shift between your legs. Invites me in and puts on that record, Crimson Clover in place. Hey, hey, pretty girl, what you gonna do? Hey, pretty girl, what you gonna, what you gonna, what you gonna? Seen you down at the corner tap nearly each and every night. Sure would like to get to know you, but I'm really kinda shy. Maybe if I had a lucky charm, I could rub it real right. We could stumble together out of the corner tap tonight. You look so sad, like you lost yourself. It's buried deep inside. How could a pretty girl like yourself be treated so unkind? Maybe if I had a lucky star, I could rub it real right. We could stumble together out of the corner tap tonight. And you don't even know my name. I could be a creeper in disguise. We could stumble together out of the corner tap tonight. I took a chance and I bought you a drink. Smile, said hello. Wanted to say hi a bunch of times, but I really didn't know. Maybe we could go to that little place in town and get a bite. And we could stumble together out of the
corner tap tonight. We could stumble together out of the corner tap tonight. Johnny drove for a truck down at the mill. When he get off, he'd drink his fill. He drove all day and he drove all night, crisscrossed the county line. Everything gonna be alright when he gets home tonight. He threw a football back in high school. Broke his leg, now he's working for the mill. Sometimes he thinks about those days, crisscrossing the old highway. Everything gonna be alright when he gets home tonight. Johnny saved his money, he's gonna buy a house someday. Johnny saved his money for a rainy day. Here's where we need the harmonica, right?
Hey.
Picks up his girl after shift. She gets dialed up, they hit the strip. The records played their favorite song, and she just screams and dances along. Everything gonna be alright when he gets home tonight. Johnny saved his money, he's gonna buy a house someday. Johnny saved his money for a rainy day. Mill shut down, now he's hit hard time. He's at the unemployment line. Looking for work's never been so hard. He just wishes he could drive that Ford. Everything gonna be alright when he gets home. When he gets home. When he gets home. When he gets home tonight.
Yay! Yeah, that was epic.
Oh, wow.
We love you. Thank you, everybody. Mwah, 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 mwah. Joe Ryan in the house.
That was
Thank
amazing.
you, Vessy.
So amazing. Neil is like so happy sending you so much.
I didn't really wake up until when I hear the last part.
Thanks so much, Vessy. Thanks so much. God.
There's something. My pleasure. Thank you. What a great show. I don't know who our guest next week is going to be. You know how we like to keep you in suspense, you guys. Whoever it is, they're going to be amazing. And also, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I just was looking on X, and apparently Elon Musk is going to be interviewing Donald Trump tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern live on X. What do you think about that, Joe?
I'm voting for Kennedy. Sorry.
All right, you guys, we'll see you next week. Yeah. Don't you go nowhere. I want to say hi to you after we end this stream. Subscribe to us, guys. Subscribe. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Go get Joe's freaking nine digital assets. 9 left, you guys. Go get them. JoeRyan.com. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Joe. You're amazing.
Thank you.
BK, we will see you soon.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, BK.